guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I like to get glowing skin. And I know that we are just approaching fall and it's all about the really matte skin, but for me, because I have such dry skin, I'm always looking for that extra moisture, the extra hydration, and I also really like my skin to always look very glowy. So this is actually going to be a two-part video. The first part, I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite skincare products right now that literally gives me the most amazing glowing skin. And the second part is going to be the actual tutorial, which is super simple. But again, if you want that beautiful glowing skin, I think you guys will really like the tutorial as well. So if you guys would like to see how I like to get glowing skin, then please keep on watching. So I'm going to start off by talking about my favorite skincare product that gives me the beautiful glowing skin that I'm so obsessed with. And this is from Laneige, who's also sponsoring this video. And this is their water sleeping mask. And this is what the packaging looks like. Now you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I do so many different face masks. So even though I've tried so many different face masks, I've never really tried a face mask quite like the water sleeping mask. Now this is not your traditional face mask where you just apply it, let it dry, and then wash off your face. You actually use this overnight. So you only take the tiniest amount, you don't need a lot because it's like a very gel consistency, but a little bit goes a long way. It's very moisturizing, and you just apply this all over your skin. I actually like to bring it down by my neck as well, and then you just go to sleep. In the morning, you're going to just wash your face and you will instantly see the more that you use it, the more your skin just looks so healthy and glowy and vibrant, and just, it gives you the most beautiful dewy skin. So honestly, this mask is amazing. I highly recommend this for all different skin types, especially if you are someone that's looking for that really youthful, glowing and soft, like baby soft skin. Trust me, you will notice a difference like literally the first time you use it. I'm also doing a giveaway with Laneige on my Instagram. If you guys want to know how you can enter and all of the other details, check out my Instagram in the description box below. And now let's get right into the makeup tutorial. So I'm going to start off by priming my skin, and I'm going to use the Tarte Brighter Days primer. You only need the tiniest bit. And I'm going to apply this all over my skin. And this just adds the most beautiful, subtle glow to your skin. And I even like to use this on its own, but especially on days when I am doing my makeup and I'm going for that glowing skin look, I always love to apply this underneath my foundation. And this just makes my foundation so dewy and glowy. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but underneath my eyes, I do see some darkness. So I just quickly want to color correct that. And for that, I'm going to use the RK by Kiss Pure Mineral Corrector. And this is like an orange corrector. Wow, that is really pigmented. I'm going to quickly go ahead and blend this out. Now, if you guys are wondering why I'm even doing this, the orange is going to help cancel out the blue-black darkness underneath my eyes. So if you are someone that has like really dark circles that you have trouble concealing, this is the best trick to use. Okay, now for my foundation today, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Estee Lauder Double Nude Cushion Stick Radiant Makeup Foundation in the shade Honey Bronze. And of course, this is that radiant foundation, so this is perfect for this video. And it's also really light on the skin. You guys know I love this. Now, I actually did a whole review using this foundation. If you guys haven't seen that, I will link it in the description box below. And I'm actually adding more product than I normally would because I do want this to be like a full coverage foundation. So I'm adding a little bit more product than I normally would. To blend this out, I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush and just kind of doing like a circular motion to just quickly blend this foundation. And you guys can see it blends out so like seamlessly and easily. Now, this is probably like one shade too light for me right now, but that's okay because once I powder it down and everything, it'll blend right in with my skin. And you guys can see it adds like such a beautiful glow to the skin. I am obsessed with this foundation. Literally just becomes part of your skin as the day goes on. It's so interesting, but in a really good way. And now I'm gonna go back and use again the RK by Kiss Pure Mineral Concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Beige. And I'm going to just apply this underneath my eyes. Ooh, you guys, this is actually a really full coverage concealer, which is totally fine with me because I love full coverage concealers, especially underneath the eyes. So to blend this out and to make sure it doesn't like look cakey underneath my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and take this beauty sponge. Do you guys hear Kobe there? But I'm gonna go ahead and take this beauty sponge from Tarte and just kind of blend this out underneath my eyes. Now this sponge really reminds me of the Beauty Blender, but I really like the shape of it. I don't know if I like it just as much as my Beauty Blender, but this flat side is so helpful to just blend out underneath the eyes because it fits so perfectly. Okay, now to set underneath my eyes, I'm actually going to use my Makeup Forever brush, and this is number 142 with the Derma Blend Loose Setting Powder. Now normally you guys know I always like to use my beauty sponge to really like press on the setting powder, but because I am going for that really like dewy finish, I don't want it to look too matte. So this technique works really well to set your concealer in place without mattifying your skin too much. So just taking a little bit of the powder and really pressing it underneath my eyes where I apply the concealer, and instantly that sets it in place. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face in place as well because I do want my makeup to last all day long without losing like this dewiness that's on my skin already. So for my powder today, I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals Bare Pro in the shade Toffee, and I'm literally just taking like the smallest amount, and I'm not even gonna add any more product to my brush. Whatever's on my brush, I'm just going to use to set my foundation in place. See how my skin still looks dewy, but everything is like nice and locked together. So to contour my skin, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, and this is the Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. I'm just going to apply this on the side of my face to contour my skin. I don't want like a very intense contour, just a little bit of color to shape my face. And I really like this bronzer because even though it is a bronzer, it's very cool. It's got like a very cool undertone. So it works perfectly if you want to add a shadow to your skin and to contour your face. For my blush today, I'm going to go ahead and use the Becca Luminous blush in the shade Camellia. And this is such a pretty pinky shade. And the Becca Luminous blushes are just so beautiful on the skin. You guys see it adds like the most stunning dimension to your face. The only problem with this blush is that I have dropped actually 2 of them and broken both of them like the first time I dropped it. They're just so like soft, the actual formula, which applies on the skin beautifully, but you just have to be super careful with these because they break so freaking easily, and of course Becca is not cheap. But anyway, now to really add that beautiful glow to my skin with my highlight, I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight 6 color palette. And I feel like I've talked about this many times before, but you guys really need this palette in your life if you are looking for an affordable, high quality highlighting palette. The shade Dream and Radiance, oh my gosh, they're just so beautiful. Radiance would be better if you're a little bit darker than me, but if you're my skin tone, Dream is perfection. And then the lighter shades over here, I mean these 2 right here, I like to use as blush toppers, and these 2 here work for me as eyeshadows. But Dream is where the money is. This is such a beautiful shade. Do you guys see that? Like how insanely stunning is it? This is just so high quality. It actually really reminds me of the Anastasia Glow Kits, but like literally a fraction of the cost. I'm also just taking the same Dream highlight and applying this on the bridge of my nose to highlight my nose as well. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to the eyes because the face is finally done. And for my brows today, I'm gonna use the European Wax Center Browfection in the shade Tawny. And I'm going to just quickly fill in my brows using this pencil. Now, if you guys have not heard of this Browfection eyebrow pencil, just think of like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but like a much softer version of that pencil. So when you actually take this and fill in your brows with it, it's really easy because it's a lot softer than the Brow Wiz. It takes like half the time to fill in your brows and you get the same exact result. So now for my eyeshadow primer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Benefit Stay Don't Stray in the shade Medium Deep. And I'm just going to apply the tiniest amount on both of my eyelids and just quickly blend this out using my finger. Okay, now for my eyeshadow, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. And I have been using this now since yesterday. I did like a really quick look with it, I was playing around with it. And from all the colors that I've used so far, I really like this palette, you guys. But I really want to play with all the other colors to give you guys my full review. But so far, this is so much better than the Rose Gold palette. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Nefertiti. I don't know how to say it, you guys. This is such a hard name. Anyway, I'm just applying the shade all over my eyelids. And oh my gosh, you guys see how beautiful this shade is? And there's also like really small specks of glitter, which I don't hate. I wasn't really expecting that, but I don't hate it. What I've noticed with all the colors that I've used so far is that there's definitely some fallout. So I would recommend, if you guys are going to use this palette, to actually do your eyes first and then the rest of your face. But today is not about the eyes, so I didn't really think it would matter. But anyway, I do want to quickly define my eyes. So I'm going to take the shade Eden and apply this towards the back of my eye. And then just kind of concentrate this color into my crease and kind of also blend out any harsh lines that we saw with the first shade, which I cannot pronounce to save my life. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Oud. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is going to just go towards the crease of my eye, and this is just going to help deepen up this look a little bit. Now this actually eyeshadow I did use before. This is definitely one of my favorites from the palette. It is a really, really nice medium, dark, not medium, like it is a dark matte brown. It's actually the darkest shade in the palette, but it works really, really nice in the crease and it blends out super, super nicely. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Tarte Man-Eater eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Saucy. And the reason why I'm taking this shade off of another palette instead of using the Huda Beauty palette is because there's actually not a color like this in the palette. There's no warm medium brown, and I love colors like this, especially to put in my crease, but the Huda Beauty palette doesn't have a shade like that, so that's definitely a negative, and for that reason I am using a separate palette. But this is just going to go directly underneath my eye because doing this step really finishes any eye look. So just adding a little bit to define my eyes a little bit more. Now I'm going back in the Beach Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Dream that I used earlier and mix it a little bit with the shade Glow. And this is going to go in the inner corner of my eyes, and it just makes your eyes like pop. It's so stunning. But the Glow shade is just a little too light for me, so I do like to mix it in with the shade Dream for sure. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Dream on its own and just apply this underneath my eyes. Look how pretty this shade is underneath the brows. I love it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the Essence Gel Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade. And this is basically going to be my eyeliner. I don't want to use like actual traditional eyeliner today, like no liquid liner. I'm just going to apply this gel pencil. I'm going to take a really small detailed brush and just quickly blend that out. For my mascara today, I'm going to go ahead and use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara and give my lashes a really thick coat before applying my falsies. If you guys are looking for the best mascara from the drugstore, you need to try this L'Oreal Paradise. This is like one of the best mascaras I've ever used, hands down. Hopefully you guys can see like what a huge difference this makes to my lashes. Like this is just like one quick coat and then there is no mascara, and you can see they almost look like false lashes. It's amazing. For my lashes today, I'm going to go ahead and use the Eylure Flirty Feline Lashes. These are so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and quickly put those on, and then we'll be right back to finish off this look with the lips. So for my lips today, I'm going to start off by using the Bare Minerals Gen Nude On Point Lip Liner and quickly line my lips with this. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in my lips using the Siesta lipstick from Tarte. And this is their Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks. And I love these lipsticks so, so much. Okay, so this basically completes the look. But because I have such glowing skin and really like sparkling glowing eyes, I feel like I want to add a little bit of shimmer to the center of my lips. Not too much. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and use the Stila Glitterati Lip Top Coat. And this is such a cool product. I'm just going to take the tiniest bit and apply it to the center of my lips. Alright guys, so this is the final look and I just love how it turned out. I'm obsessed with how glowy and dewy my skin looks, but it doesn't look like oily or greasy, and I love the matching eyes and the neutral lip. This is definitely like my go-to look at the moment. And I really hope you guys love this look as much as I do. As I mentioned before, don't forget to enter the Laneige giveaway on my Instagram. All the details will be in the description box below. As usual, follow me on all of my social media. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And of course, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!